whoa. There we go. That now my yelling can be picked up by the viewers. Whoa. Hey, folks, it's another episode of DrawBomb. It's that show where, Brandon.
Yes, Ian.
How are you doing?
Ian, I'm doing great.
Oh,
doing really good. It's good to be back. It's good to be here.
Good to be back.
The DrawBomb show.
Glad to hear everything's going well for you. Personally, nothing's particularly going wrong for me.
Well, that's good.
So I can't complain.
I like how you measure things. not that things are going good. It's just, hey, nothing's going too badly right now, which actually, that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah,
good way to look at it.
I'm trying to give myself low expectations so that they're easier to jump over the bar,
There you go. Yeah, you can't lose that way.
Exactly. Kind of keeps my like you said, it keeps my perspective in check. But yeah, man. Here we are doing another episode of DrawBomb. People keep telling us to stop, and we keep saying we're not gonna.
No,
sir. No,
I
sir.
won't do it.
And or ma'am. I don't want to dox the person who's been telling us to stop, but I did just say.
No,
sir,
that's nice of you to, nice of you to not, include their names. They're like, we'll return your family. Just stop doing the show, and I'm like, nah. They wouldn't want that.
Yeah,
they want me to keep living my dream of. Ian,
Brandon,
how's your week been?
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. It's been good. I can't complain. My weekend is my work time though, because I'm sort of like, we're like a shop that does like recreation, and so the weekend's the best time. So we're open during the week.
Same.
So my weekend was like very much my work days. But my personal weekend, where it's like I have the time off from work, that was fantabulous. I had a great time, as you and everyone who was here last week saw. Gianna was here. She was visiting because there was supposed to be a giant snowstorm.
Man, there's been a lot of those.
Tone gives away sort of how it actually turned out. But I don't know if maybe the story was different for you at all.
No, it's actually been kind of like the snow's finally been chilling out for the first time since Thanksgiving here. It's like mostly melted right now, and I'm hoping it continues to do that, because I'm ready to be done.
We finally had like our first warm days in a long time here, and it feels so nice. And it's been really gratifying to see these giant piles of snow. Just, you look out the window again, and they're much smaller than they were before, noticeably so. And you're just like,
the power is dwindling.
Thank goodness.
Soon. Winter will be over.
They will not be icing the giant box that is our atmosphere, these ice cube hills. And then the sun's power will grow, and the armies will form.
Crazy.
Sorry, go ahead.
There's a crazy icicle. No, I'm sorry for interrupting.
That's okay.
There's a crazy icicle this year that was forming outside the back of our house, and it was so aggressive that it almost connected from the ceiling, from the roof to the ground.
Wow.
And I was like, I better knock this thing down before it becomes a problem. And then I almost had it fall through a window. So that would have been dumb of me.
Don't do that.
I'm glad it didn't.
Can I make a recommendation? Don't do that.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Yeah, man. It didn't snow a whole lot recently. Like, we were supposed to have one big bomb ass snowstorm. And
did you want that?
I kind of did, because I like getting off of work, although I really could use the money from work.
67, 67, 6 CEE even, CX, CV in, 67,676,767, 66 quintillion 666 quadrillion 666 trillion 677 billion 777,777,777.
Wow. Kyle's really making use of the you know.
I love to see people getting used out of the
it's fun to see.
You know, you deserve. You donate money to the show. You deserve the floor for a moment, and that's what he chose to do with it, I guess.
That's right.
He's a real Gen Z at heart. That guy. He's always talking about skibbity toilets and things of that nature.
All the Roblox games he tells me about. It's pretty crazy.
He's always like, "Oh, you gotta play this new Roblox game."
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of annoying in that way.
Mm-hmm. So thank you, Kyle.
Thanks for donating, Kyle.
Thank you for thank you for donating and letting us shit talk you for a moment and for totally ruining the flow of the stream as we had going.
I loved it. No, yeah. I like. I'm excited when somebody does that. So
yeah, me too.
Appreciate
it's great to. I love to see that the TTS still works because it's always a shot in the dark.
Well, no. So the subscription one works always. It's the weird add-on one, the plugin we've added that isn't very good. I should probably just remove it because I don't want anybody to donate and then not get it to work, and nobody really uses it anyways. Yeah. So I'll get rid of that shit.
Get rid of it. Why don't ya? God, Brandon, what are you drawing over here? This looks so unlike anything you've been doing recently. What could this be?
What could this be? Mad Lad said, "We're getting a Leon bomb. Sick." Yes, that is exactly it. I've been playing a shit ton of Resident Evil 9. I beat it last night.
You did beat it. I was gonna ask, but you know.
I beat it. I loved it. It was awesome.
Wow. Did it live up to the hype that you had built for yourself?
Yes. It lived up to the hype for me.
That's pretty crazy because you were hyped.
I was very hyped. Dangerously so.
Dangerously hyped.
It lived up to the hype.
Wow.
I enjoyed it as much or more than I was expecting to, and
that's crazy. Yeah. Good. Kudos to them. They've done it again. Those geniuses.
I know. Especially for like a franchise that's been going for like almost 3 decades.
Yeah.
If you can still like, if that thing's not fully milk dry, like kudos to you. That's impressive.
That's impressive. And they keep figuring out ways to make it fresh.
Yeah. This one was really fun. I liked it. It had a lot of really like awesome, memorable moments. As the Resident Evil game goes, it did have some like, you know, the story is kind of, it gets a little sloppy at points.
We're not reading fucking War and Peace here. We're playing a Resident Evil game, okay?
Yeah, you know, the story is just important for this iteration, and then the next time they'll retcon some shit, just make new things. It's fine.
Yeah,
that's what they do. I don't
mind.
They'll
find a new reason why people grow huge, as big as states or whatever the fuck, you know? They'll find a new reason. They'll find a new mushroom.
Maddie F says, "God, Leon is so cool." Yeah, they really like lean into. They know how people feel about him, and they lean into it big in this game. There's I'm not gonna spoil anything for anybody, because I know Maddie F's playing it. You're gonna play it at some point, and the fun is in the surprises. But there's a part where they know how cool he is and how cool everybody feels like he is, and there's a part where you're Leon and you're traveling some distance, and the scene in which you're traveling is one of the fucking coolest Resident Evil scenes I've ever seen in my life. I was just like a huge grin on my face the entire time, and they just lean into it in the craziest ways, and it's great. I'm not gonna spoil it.
Did you hear like some of the I want to call it marketing because I don't know what else to call it. But did you hear some of the marketing that they had done, I guess, about Resident Evil, where they said like apparently, okay, and I'm just quoting what they're saying, so I'm not gonna, you know, whatever, but they said that essentially the women employees who were working on the game super had the hots for Leon, so they had a whole amount of input on how cool Leon should be and how hunky he should be and all that stuff, and apparently the developers were actually very accepting of their input because they felt like the women had a lot of input on how they felt Leon should be as a character, and they were like, hey, sweet. So that's the marketing I heard as well, is that they the women who worked on the game had input, and they were more than willing to accept the input because the ladies were like, we want to bang this dude.
Look, I'm a straight man and I wanted to bang that dude. He's hotter than ever in this game.
All right, well, there you go, folks.
It's great.
If you want to question your sexuality,
it's super fun.
There you go.
Yeah, play Resident Evil 9. You will.
Resident Evil 9 Requiem for your heterosexuality, I guess. You will no longer be on the straight and narrow.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited for you to play it.
I'm excited, man. I can't wait. The fact that people are saying such good things about it, and I'm a huge Resident Evil fan, and to hear that everyone is basically universally praising the game has me very excited. I have it downloaded. I just need to find a good time to like really sink my teeth in. And I was thinking I would stream it as well. Lotus Clock says yes, but is the baby in it? I can't wait to find out. I hope the baby's in it because that was just terrifying when the baby happened. Anyways, what were you saying? I'm
sorry. And see. There's like a lot of like fan servicey stuff, but it feels like, I guess I'm the mark because it's not like, oh brother, here they go again, just doing things to make me happy. I'm like, fuck yeah, it's that thing. So it's working on me.
Awesome. Cool.
It's great. I can't wait for you to play it.
They've been doing fan service pretty right in the games recently. Like, and when we talk fan service, we're not saying like, aggressive like hypersexualization of characters or anything like that. We're talking like
no, they didn't do that.
Appeals to people who are the fans, who are the core fan base. The fan service can have two meanings. But
you were just saying they did do that for Leon. Extreme hypersexualization of Leon.
Yeah, you're correct. Yes. But he's not like. Well, actually, I don't know if he's pulling his shirt off in inappropriate times or not. I'll find out.
It's just nice to see Capcom giving one to the Gooners,
which they've never done before.
No, never. They have a clean record.
Yep. They've been doing the fan service where they're appealing to people who are longtime players. They've been doing that right for a while. Like I remember, and Matt is recently sort of acquainted with Heisenberg from the most recent Resident Evil game, calling Chris a boulder punching asshole or something like that. Which is it's so fun to hear him say that because it catches you so off guard and you're like, they're willing to acknowledge the fact that they had him punch a boulder out of the way in a path. So that's cool to hear and see and experience. So the fact that they're doing that says that they've got the right sort of tone about it, where they're cheeky. They know when they did something stupid in the past and they're willing to sort of call back to it without like sort of giving in to maybe being that ridiculous again, outright at least.
They're willing to have fun with their IPs. Like there's no way Heisenberg would know about that, and it's just like a one-off joke, and we don't have to like you don't have to dig too deep into it. It's just fun, and it seems like they're willing to do that often.
I'm excited to see what all the hype is about with this new game. I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to playing.
It really blends the two styles of Resident Evil. I mean, I knew we knew going in that's what it was going to be, but they do it successfully. It really you're getting Resident Evil 7 and mostly 7 and 8 style of gameplay, and then you're getting Resident Evil 4 style of gameplay, and it's like blend those two things. Cool. It's great. They really did it in a good way. The pacing's great, where you're like, okay, I've had enough. I'm like, this part was fun. I'm ready for more of the like scaries, or I'm ready for more of the action shit. And then it like swaps over and you do that for a while. Man, it's awesome.
It's crazy how they've been able to put out such good games so consistently in this series. The fact that 7 is one of my all-time favorite horror games of all time. The fact that 8 is one of my all-time favorite horror adjacent but not exactly horror games of all time. The fact that I'm very excited for this new one, and they apparently killed it. I mean, it's almost like you give the developers like a decent amount of time and let them have some fun with the idea, and you don't have to pump one out every year. It's almost like that it's a strategy of some kind that works, or whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it.
It's actually crazy that it's funny how it's become a rarity that there's a AAA title that comes out and it's like advertised like heavily, and it's like got people excited, and it releases complete and fun and polished and optimized. Like,
yeah.
And it's getting like rewarded for it. People are loving it. Like, doesn't happen anymore. You get broken games that are like lazy.
Yeah, it wasn't in early access for like 15 years.
Right. So it's awesome.
Yeah. So very cool stuff.
Love
very
to see
cool
it.
Stuff. Yeah. I'm excited to play it, man. I'm super jazzed. I'm so thrilled that people are loving it as much as they are. That means that I'm in for a good time.
I think you'll love it too.
I'm so thrilled. Cool. Do you have any sort of parting words for us before we maybe talk about what other media we have engaged with?
I don't know. It's a lot of fun. I recommend it. Happy to see them keeping the streak going. And it's the game's clearly setting things up for a future game. So that makes me happy because I want to play a million of these.
Yes. Thank you, Gianna. Thank you for the ban in that spam bot. Cool. Yeah. I mean, if they know they've got like a winning formula and people are loving it, and they just keep pushing the envelope, I'm excited to see where they go, because it seems like they're not just the nice thing about all of the recent Resident Evil games is they haven't been stagnant. Each one seems to. And Leviathan Den gifted Gianna, or no, gifted Mad Lad. I'm sorry.
Leviathan Den gifted a tier 1 sub to Mad Lad _ Twitch.
The pink text confused me. Wow.
Thank you, Leviathan Den.
Thank you, Leviathan Den. Thank you for that. Now Mad Lad does not have to deal with ads. Now he's no longer an ad lad. He's a Mad Lad again.
Wow. So happy for him.
Yeah. But yeah, the thing with all the recent Resident Evil games is they've been consistently not sitting still and doing the same game over again, even though people loved it, and they probably could get away with it for a little while. Like, each game has done something better and more advanced, or just maybe not 3. I haven't played the 3 remake yet, but like the 2 remakes sort of built on and tried out new things that 7, because 7 was the start of them using the RE engine, which seems like a banger of an engine with all the games they've been fucking putting out on it. Like, talk about a track record for a game engine. And then, so they did 7, they did the 2 remake, then they did the 3 remake, but then they did 8, which was a fucking banger again, and then 9 is apparently a banger. Whatever the sauce they got going on with the RE engine, it seems like it really fosters a development environment that lets them get creative and makes those games look damn good.
Yeah. Yeah, in some ways they're kind of doing the same things, but in other ways they're really like, pushing it and trying to do new things. Like, the formula is staying kind of true to like what modern RE games have been known to be. But
yeah, I mean, 7 felt like a proper Resident Evil game in its progression and the way that sort of everything was structured, but it was just doing it in a more advanced and next generation feeling way. Sorry, I'm gonna let you continue now. Sorry.
No, that's it. I do think I'm gonna replay 9. So the default setting for the game is you play Grace first person, you play Leon third. But I think just for funsies, I'm gonna just flip them and play it again.
Interesting. I love that.
See what that's like.
That's cool. You'll feel like a whole new game for each one.
Yeah, I really liked playing 8 third person. It's obviously a way better first person game because it's designed around that.
Yeah.
For that one, but I still had a good time playing 8 from third person. It was a cool experience.
Yeah, I love that so like a lot of times games that let you do first person and third person at the same time, it's clear that one was more developed than the other, and there's like sort of a preference.
Yeah.
Bethesda games, they tend to focus on the first person because, God, those third person animations are, those are bad. There was a game that came out for the PlayStation 2 called The Suffering, and if you went to first person mode, you had a bit more mobility because you could like pivot on a dime and like, stop immediately and like move backwards, whereas if you were playing on the first person, you had to like, if you decide to like stop running forward and then start moving backwards. You had to have your character stop moving and like turn around and, you know, do that stuff. But it was clear that the game was designed for third person in mind, because first person was just jank as hell and like acted really weird. So, you know, there are, when games tend to do that sort of thing, one is clearly the intended sort of experience, but I guess it's the same for this game in a way, but it seems like with how they developed it, it lets them make both still very solid experiences, which is cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure, you know, the way it even tells you in the beginning, it's like, we want you, the default we intend is third person Leon for first person Grace, but you know, the option's there, and I'm excited to try it out. Yeah. There's some games I played, like Red Dead Redemption 2 like has a first person mode, but God, it would be very difficult to play it in that way the whole game.
Yeah.
But it's there, you know, if you ever want to play around with that.
Whenever I played
I like
Grand
it as an
Theft
option.
Auto, yeah, I like it as an option. Whenever I played Grand Theft Auto, I would play it in the latest one, Grand Theft Auto 5. I played it in first person when I got it for PC. Because mostly when I played online, though, I don't think they let you do it as much in the single player. But they do, I think, on the PC version. I'm not sure. It's been so long. But yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it, man. I'm excited to dig my teeth into it.
Yeah. If you stream it, I'll watch. If not, just let me know what you think, because I'm excited.
I think I'll probably stream it. Yeah. But yeah, I've been playing a game very recently. I just kind of started trying it out. I've had my eyes on it for a hot minute, and I decided to finally like throw the money down to get it. For no particular reason other than other games were on sale and it was in my shopping cart, and I was like, eh. But it's a game called Turing Complete.
Okay.
And it's a puzzle game of sorts, and it's like basically you kind of go through level by level and you build circuits that exist in real life. Like I've built a NAND circuit, you start with that, and then you build a NOR circuit, and then you build like a circuit that's always on, you build a circuit that's always off. You build all these types of circuits because what happens is as you progress through the levels, you're essentially creating the components, and you will eventually you will build a computer by the last level, or like maybe by not so much by the last level, but by a certain level, and then you build a more advanced computer. But yeah, it's a game where you eventually build a computer.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the idea is that you're captured by aliens and you have to build the computer or they will eat you, because that they considered sentient beings ones that can build computers.
That's a fun kind of narrative to like teach you that.
Yeah. It's all very minimalist in its UI and stuff like that, because it's just, you know, it's a puzzle game that it's doing a very complicated puzzle, so obviously it keeps everything pretty simple. But I'm excited to get into it. I've gotten fairly far into it. I actually got an achievement for doing a puzzle a more complicated way, and I didn't realize that was an achievement until I'd gotten it. Because what's interesting is what I've learned is that all computers are essentially made out of one type of circuit, but that circuit is applied in different ways and in different combinations, and that builds a computer. Which is interesting.
Is it having you build like PCs or like some kind of like
the circuitry of a computer, and it will eventually be a full computer. Like I'm building essentially the binary processor right now, that creates the baseline memory layer of a computer.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's been very tough, but I was very proud of myself because I got to a level and the game said, hey, this level might be pretty difficult. Don't be discouraged if it takes you a while. I got it in like a minute, and I felt so proud of myself.
And they sent you an invitation. They're like,
you're a genius.
This was yes, you've passed the test.
Welcome to Mensa.
This game is only a front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been playing that, and I guess you have it now too. So if you want to try building a computer, I highly recommend. It's like a 30 megabyte download or something like that. It's very small, but it's a pretty robust game.
Maybe I'll check that out.
Yeah,
I saw it in the thing.
In the like the little family share library.
I saw that you had gotten it. I check every so often just to see if anybody got anything new. I'm always curious what my friends are playing.
Oh, of course. I mean, I see some good stuff.
That's how I find out about a lot of games.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's one game I tried recently, and I opened it like yesterday for the first time. So I haven't been getting very far in it, but from what I've read, so like it says it's in early access, but it's actually like a complete game apparently, and the developer has been working on supposedly a version 2 that's going to be an even more robust game with more puzzles and more things to do and things like that. But they mentioned that in the Steam updates, and the last update was like 2023. Supposedly there are more updates in the Discord, but I'm not gonna go to the fucking Discord to look up the updates. I mean, maybe I will, but either way, the version I have is supposedly a complete game. So I was like, okay, good enough.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure that, when the updates are ready, they'll make their way over to the Steam copy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not even like they're not like putting the updates on Discord. It's like they're putting the update like details and statuses.
Like, oh yeah. No, I follow some games on Discord that I'm like extra interested in and like want to track what's going on.
Yeah.
But cool. I'm glad that you're enjoying it.
I'm having a good time. I mean, I'm not super far into it, but I've done enough puzzles where I feel like this is going to be an interesting experiment. I've also been, because I've been doing the boot.dev courses, I've been learning specifically the coding language C, which was developed in 1972.
You not only have been learning C, you've been learning about it.
I just learned that like...
You know so much about C.
I learned that like from the little helper AI that like you talk to, that you can ask questions about code and stuff if you're stuck. Yeah, I've been doing C, which is very interesting because I kind of came to a realization which has made like learning C a bit easier. But with Python's kind of written to sort of make coding very easy to understand when you're getting into it. Like, oh, here are variables, here are loops, and here's the general way you will solve problems. Bada bing.
And to be more user-friendly, more intuitive. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah, it's written to be closer to writing plain English than most of the other languages, and it's very good at that because it's an easy language to learn. Sure, there's some complicated things to like get the hang of, but like it's a great way to sort of learn concepts in a non-complicated fashion where you don't have to worry about syntax as much. So you can just get the idea of like the concepts. Like it's very good for teaching the basic concepts of like how do you solve problems with code. And then what I've been learning with C is C being developed so long ago in 1972. It means it wasn't like as like abstracted from, so like the way people who are like coders frequently talk about computers and code is that they use electricity to make rocks think. And that's kind of what you're doing with code, is you're zapping electricity at rocks so they think.
Whoa.
And so when they talk about C, they say it's low level because it's quote unquote close to the metal, which is the rock that is talking. So C is like a language that is closer to operating with the zapping the rock and making it think than a higher level code language like Python, which is more abstracted, and like things are kind of like, they have a thing called garbage dumping where when you put things to memory, like a variable or something like that, it automatically clears that memory for you and prevents those memory leaks that I was talking about like last week. so like Python has a lot of things where it manually takes care of garbage for you, which is useful because you have less of an issue just doing coding and stuff and focusing on the problem instead of worrying about like where in memory on the metal did you store a variable or something like that. And so yeah, that's sort of like the nice thing about Python is you don't have to worry about that shit. Whereas when you're coding with C, you're coding so close, quote unquote, to the metal because you can then get the most performance out of your software if you're telling it how to handle the memory. So like instead of having a computer automatically make decisions on memory and garbage and stuff like that for you, in C, you're specifically handling the memory, you're handling the garbage, you're doing all that stuff. And so
maybe like a little less intuitive, a little bit more like control.
Exactly. Yeah. Way more, infinitely more control than in Python because you're doing it all manually. And so like the thing that I had to learn differently was learning C wasn't about learning another code language like Python. C was learning about how learning C was about learning how what C's focus was, and C's focus is memory and where are you putting memory and where are you stashing it, where are you pulling it from, how much memory do you have, whereas Python is like how do you solve a problem, but like C is like where do you stash memory to solve that problem. And so I had to figure that out, and that was an interesting revelation to come to, but I've been kind of doing I started the lessons over, which I think was a very good thing for me to do. And now my second time through, I've been doing them a lot better now. So I've been very happy with my progress.
You're smarter. You're stronger.
I'm a smarty man now.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm enjoying hearing about your coding journey.
I'm excited to start getting into, I think I'm like far enough in the coding where I feel like I could start making games in Unity. It's just a matter of I haven't had the chance to like sit down and like really like be motivated to do the work to put these props together into a thing and like make them do stuff. Like I need to do it. I need to sit down and I need to do it. I just like one of the projects I want to try starting out is maybe like a rip-off Banjo-Kazooie type game. But I also wouldn't mind
talking about.
Try and make like a little friend slop game and seeing like, you know, how could I make like a fun little friend slop. So I don't know.
If you could learn to make those, you would save me $5 here and there, and I would appreciate it. So start making some of those.
Yeah, I just need a good idea for a friend slop game. So maybe
we could make something like art related, like you're
like a museum, like you're in a museum and you get to critique.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Maybe there's like webhooks where you can pull up like artwork or people could load links into it and then you all get to like critique it. But then there's got to be mini games and shit to do as well.
Sure.
But yeah, that'd be fun. Like a little museum to hang out with your friends, drink wine. Kind of like that, you know, that Doom level that somebody made where it was like the museum simulator, but in Doom.
I don't know if I know that one.
Ah, okay. That's fine. I'll send you a link later.
Okay. I don't have extensive Doom knowledge like you.
Oh, this was like a meme that popped up like a year ago. Somebody had made a level in Doom that was like the museum gallery experience. And it was like the weapon you picked up was a glass of wine and you just like got to like swirl it. And there was like just various art pieces from historical art that you could like walk into rooms and look at. Yeah. Minigame. Players must draw something from memory and are graded on accuracy. God, I don't know how to code that yet. But
maybe it could make some kind of voting thing or like
the voting thing. Like a system where I grade on accuracy. I don't think I would want that just based on. It would require either some crazy coding magic or it would require you being frustrated by a computer objectively deciding the pixel by pixel sort of ratio is incorrect. But having a voting system where players can grade
some kind of Jackbox style thing.
Jackbox style could be interesting. These are worth writing down. What Pokemon from memory are we at tonight? Oh man, great question.
Butterfree?
Oh shit. Okay. But I do love that idea for the minigame. Incorporating draw something from memory into like a friend slop game that you and I work on would be cool.
I think friend slop thrives when you take something that's just like the concept can be something that's like common or mundane and then turn it into like a fun game.
Yeah, I think it's got to be a reason. Maybe there's got to be an objective. Like maybe the museum.
Like it could be anything. It could be like a home improvement game, and you're like a group of friends. You're tasked with like fixing up a house, and you just like,
yeah,
I don't know. You can fuck it up really easily.
Actually, okay. So hear me out. A museum, but it's sort of also an escape room. But you don't sort of realize it. But like there are little things hidden throughout the level, and if you take the clues from the art pieces and put them into like these locks and stuff like that, you open up new areas of the museum, which also have new mini games. There's like probably like I was thinking about chess. Chess would be a good one to put in there. Like you can play chess with your friend or something like that.
Yeah.
Instead of Night at the Museum, it's Dusk at the Museum. And it's got to be, you can definitely like pick up the art and like throw it and like vandalize it. Like you got to be able to vandalize the art.
Yeah.
Afternoon at the Museum. Definitely loving those ideas. A museum, but there's a picture of Vlad Impaler. Vlad the Impaler will definitely feature in all of the bathrooms. This could be fun, actually. This might be a fun thing to work on.
Yeah.
All right, get
Maybe
started.
You're trying to like.
No, I'm kidding.
I'll build it. I'll make it.
What were you gonna say though?
I don't know. I was just spitballing. So I think you'd be like stealing stuff from a museum, and like there's like.
Interesting.
Maybe you have to like. Maybe there could be like a mechanic where you replace the art with your own. You have to like draw like a copy of the art and put it up.
Idea.
So you like quickly draw like a shitty Mona Lisa and put it on the wall.
Ooh, okay. I've got an idea. What if it's a museum full of really goofy, dumb drawings? And the idea is you have like a group of players, and one of the players is the vandal or whatever, or the thief. And he has to swap the priceless museum paintings for paintings that everyone else drew like at the start of the like thing. And so that way, every player knows when they've seen their own imposter paintings, but not everyone is aware of maybe what exactly, because there's going to also be a lot of paintings. So then all the players essentially need to work together to stop the paintings that are the real paintings from being swapped out by the imposter paintings.
That'd be fun. Could even be like some kind of thing like the rest of the team is like security guards, and they're like, since they drew the paintings, they should know what they look like, and like if you swap them out good enough, maybe they won't notice or something. Like,
exactly. Yeah. Like
if you copied it good enough, they're like, is this the original or is this a fake one? I can't tell.
Maybe that's the move. Is so the idea is so there's a hangout spot. People have to be able to hang out because someone's going to be essentially drawing fake paintings and doing stuff. But there's a bunch of like very simple paintings that can be recreated in the game or something like that. I don't know how we're gonna make a fucking painting app inside of a fucking game as my first fucking game.
Right. Just steal MS Paint. They won't know.
There we go. Uh-oh. OBS froze for a second there, but we're fine.
I don't know.
Encoding overloaded. Oh no, the recording went bad. But that's I don't know. That could be cool. Maybe the paintings aren't drawn by the person. Maybe the paintings are...
Choose them or something.
Yeah, maybe you can choose the paintings. Or maybe the paintings... Maybe there's already, like, imposter paintings there. I don't know. Something, though. But, like, the idea of maybe swapping out the real paintings for fake paintings could be cool.
There's a mechanic in Animal Crossing where there's this art dealer who comes to town. And he'll sell you art, and it's expensive, and you will need it for the museum if you want to fill out the museum. And he'll let you look at his stock, and the fakes are only fake in like little ways, like this thing's flipped, or it's the wrong color, or this or that. And they're real paintings from real life, but the next day after you buy them, you find out whether they're real or not. After he's gone and you own them. So you could always do something like that where it's like, you know, there's some
the
kind
real
of like
painting, and then there's the
pool to choose from.
Painting. Sorry, go
Granted,
ahead,
it would suffer from like once you've played it a few times, you might know all the things.
Right, but hey, I mean, if it's a friend slot game that gets money, we could easily just commission people to make an infinite number more paintings, and like just have them ask them like, hey, can you make 10 versions that are modified? And then, you know, you've got essentially so many numbers of continued plays then. But that could be the idea.
Either way, fun idea.
Yeah, I like that. That could be kind of fun to make. I actually like that idea quite a bit. That could be fun. And it's kind of a unique idea too. Like that's a different idea than I think I've heard the other games be.
All right, everybody, all the game devs who are lurking in the chat, don't steal that, okay? Thank you.
Yeah. Please don't steal. I would also love
My zombos are a lot more cartoony than yours.
Yes, they are. They've got more going on with them though. In terms of bad things happening. But what was I gonna say? Shit. Oh, I would also love to make that fucking game that we were working on assets for that other guy when he, like, way back when.
Yeah. Let's make it ourselves.
Just make it ourselves. I think it'd be a lot of fun. And I've always wanted to make a management sim anyways, so I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. I would like that.
I would like that a lot. So yeah, I'm excited to get into it. I'm excited to dev some games. The more I play games, the more I just think in my brain, like, how did they make this mechanic? And then I think of the solution. At least I think of the solution. And I'm like, oh, cool. I would love to do that. I would love to try making that. That sounds like fun to try and implement.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited about that.
Do this on the wrong. I can move the stuff over to my layer real quick.
What's up? What's happening?
Wait. Moving my stuff over to my layer.
Oh, from Title 2. Gotcha.
Boom. Done.
Boom, done?
Boomed. I moved it. Moved it over. It's on the correct layer now.
I'm not even seeing it.
No, it's not. It didn't. It just vanished for you?
Yeah.
Well, you probably have my layers hidden then still.
I don't. Here, try undoing.
Did a boom done. Okay.
That's a weird boom done to not done do.
Boom done. That's another boom done.
There we go. That boom done's done did. That boom done did. Alrighty, good night, friends. God, Leviathan, it feels like you just got here. Have a good night.
Have a good night. Thanks for joining
cousin.
us. Thanks for the subs. Hope you have a great night. And we'll catch you next time.
Hey, you know what? Well, I'm gonna wait till the ad break's over. I think Gianna has been gifted a sub recently, but just in case, I'll wait because I know she's dying to hear this conversation.
Oh boy, what could it be?
Supposedly the ad break is over, so I'm gonna start the conversation now. But Gianna experienced a very emotional. Ian Newton, can we look at the thing I drew before the ads are over, as far as I'm aware. So the sorry, I got off track. Gianna experienced a very emotional, or very ads just ended. There we go. Gianna experienced a very vulnerable moment. She showed me her favorite movie, is what I've been trying to say for the whole time.
Oh,
she showed me her favorite movie.
What that would be
for me to.
Have you seen
judge.
it before?
Sorry, what were you saying?
Have you seen this movie before?
I had not. I hadn't even heard of it before she told me about it.
Oh.
But it's interesting because the director is one that we both actually would recognize. When I saw his name, I was like, oh, it's the guy who directed Kick-Ass. Bless you. It's the guy who directed Kick-Ass, The Kingsman. He directed Argyle. He's so the director directed like movies that I think are good, like Kingsman. Well, actually, I haven't seen Kingsman, but people say it's good. At least the first one.
You haven't seen any of them? I thought you saw the first one.
I've seen the church scene of the first one because, I mean, how can you not?
Right.
But he also he directed Kick-Ass, which Kick-Ass is a good movie.
Yeah.
Matthew Vaughn is the name of the director.
Stardust. Okay, I remember talking about it in like one of the D-Bads.
Yes, correct. Good memory, goddamn. So we finally watched Stardust, and let me give you my full unvarnished thoughts. Here we go. Are you ready?
Oh boy. You haven't told Gianna what you thought yet, right? You were just going to wait until this.
Yeah, I was like, this is content, baby.
I can't tell you. We can't have this conversation right now.
We can't have this conversation. This will ruin
I'm legally
it.
not allowed to talk about my opinion of movies unless it's Monday at around 9 p.m.
I won't tell Brandon my opinion on things on Mondays or Tuesdays.
The rule.
No, I liked it. I liked it a lot, actually. I thought it was
that's great.
Really fun movie. I can totally see why it's her favorite movie. I feel like it's her favorite movie for the reasons that you would probably pick a favorite movie. Also, Jonas says, he had 0 reactions during the movie to keep it a surprise just for you and us.
Thank you for playing by the rules.
I sat there the whole time like this,
stone faced.
And then when the movie was over, I turned to her and I said, "That was a film." And then we walked away. But no, I really liked it. Yeah.
Separate direction.
It was a lot of fun.
Cool.
It tells a complete story in 2 hours. Like, it's from start to finish. You kind of get what it's doing, the universe it's setting up, and it's done. It feels like a story that's like, so you ever like, I don't know, if it felt like a movie, which I miss a lot. It was one, but you know how some movies feel like nothing? I don't know how to describe it. Like, even though we watched this on a streaming service, like, it's definitely not the fact that it's on a streaming service. I can say that now. This one still felt like a movie, but it felt like, she drove right home. It felt like a movie, I don't know. The story felt like epic enough.
Structure-y? You mean like, is that what you mean when you say like it felt like a movie? You're talking like a common kind of like arc, like a hero's journey, like a structure type thing.
It felt like people made it. It felt like it. I don't know how to describe it. It felt like the people were like in sets. They weren't like all standing in front of a green screen. The people were like in places, and there were extras around who were in the same shot as the actors. And the actors
felt more like a classic kind of handmade.
Yeah, and like thing. The actors would do things like that weren't necessarily like. Sometimes it felt like an actor made a mistake, but they kept it in because it didn't like make the scene unusable. It just felt like, maybe the main character's not perfect, and they did this, like they flubbed the line and said, like, stuttered a little bit and said this thing, or I don't know. There are moments where it feels like the actors got to be their characters, and like instead of portray a character instead of portraying a line in a script, I feel
didn't feel overproduced.
It didn't feel I mean, it felt very produced. So it's like got a lot of bells and whistles going on, but in a way it didn't feel overproduced. You're right. It felt like people were allowed to make choices. It felt like I don't know. The best way I can describe it is the way I kind of just said, where it's like, instead of just portraying lines on a script, it felt like the actors got to like be these characters for these takes. So like the humanity
looked like something that was actually made instead of something that was like created in a lab and run through 20 algorithms.
Yes. 100% yes. It felt like a movie that like was made by just people who cared and wanted, and like it has personality. It's doing different things. It's got a tone that it's going for. It feels serious, but it feels goofy at times, but it never feels tonally inconsistent. It felt very much like it didn't feel like it was trying to throw everything at the wall and like find out what people liked. It just had these tones that it never delved too far in one direction or the other. It kind of like, I don't know. It felt like a movie. No sign of ChatGPT. Yeah, it just felt like it was a movie made by people, and like it was so refreshing. It was a very refreshing movie to watch. I would highly recommend it to anybody. It's a good time. It's a good time.
Check it out.
It's a fun movie. It's called Stardust. We had to watch it on Pluto TV. We didn't have to sign up for anything. We just had to watch ads every there were 12 ad breaks throughout the movie. But honestly, it wasn't the worst thing in the movie in the world. I got to watch a free movie essentially. It wasn't a victim of everything needing to be second screen. Like, it was visually engaging. It like did things. It had fun characters that I liked, and I wanted to see the characters succeed or not die at least. And characters that I did not like, and maybe they did die, or this, that, and the other. It was a good movie. I liked it.
Correct people died.
I don't know if I'm going to say that. But maybe, because I don't know, it's a spoiler to say that. But yeah, it's I really enjoyed it. So Gianna, I totally understand why it's your favorite movie. It's a fun movie. It's a good time. It made me feel like I watched something substantial instead of like, God,
6 out of 10.
Yes. No, I would actually give it an 8 out of 10. I would give Stardust an 8 out of 10.
Cool.
I think it's a really good time. It's the best, she says. She's probably gonna be mad I didn't give it like a 9 or a 10 out of 10, but I promise an 8 out of 10 is a very good score. I don't know what's holding me back from giving it a 9 or a 10. Maybe I'll, like, if I give it some time.
I want to like come up with a scale for myself, because I'm always talking about movies, and I when people like ask me what like rate it or give me, I get scared because I'm just like, I don't know.
Right.
But I think if I had a scale, it wouldn't be a scary thing. I think a 10 for me is like a rare thing. Obviously it'd be rare, but like, it's like, can't think of anything to change. It's perfect. It's a masterpiece. It's 9 would probably be like, I should just come up with a scale, but I don't know. So I feel like 8 is a really good score. 8 is a really good score on my scale. I might actually, you know what? I literally can't think of any problems I had with the movie. I can't. I'd be willing to bump it up to a 9. The only thing keeping me from giving it a 10 is that feels like a fucking high bar, A 10 is like 10. I don't think I could ever rate a movie I've just watched a 10. I think I think a movie can only like start as a 9 after watching it, and then it has to like age with time into a 10 for me. Because it needs to be a movie that sticks with me and that like I still think about. Like It Follows, I would give a 10 because it is still so lodged in my subconscious. Like, only a good successful movie does that. So I would be willing to give that movie, maybe, I don't know, maybe a 10 is still, there's still things I would change about it. I don't know, maybe not It Follows as a 10, but It Follows is still a classic in my mind. Like, anything above horror movie.
Anything above an 8 or an 8 or above is a classic in my mind, or is in classic territory. Obviously every movie that's an 8 or above is not going to be a classic in the zeitgeist of society. But there are movies that maybe are personal classics, or there are movies that just are classics. But I feel like any movie that is a classic in my mind is at least in the 8 or above range. It doesn't mean that every 8 or above is a classic, but that's the range they start in, at least for me.
Fair enough.
So I would give Stardust, I'd be willing to give it a 9. I think it's a really good movie. I really enjoyed it. I think it's a lot of fun. It doesn't feel like it's 2 hours long. It feels like it's a breezy hour and a half. It kind of just, its pace is really good. I liked it.
Love that.
I'd be willing to give it a 9. Because I can't think of anything I didn't like about it. Truly. So that's my review. I really liked it. So the only thing that I have against Stardust is I enjoyed Stardust so much. There's no way Gianna will at all appreciate Fight Club, which is my favorite movie, as much as I appreciated Stardust. There's just no way, because I just don't think
Fight Club's a very specific kind of thing.
Yeah.
And also I feel like, unfortunately, I feel like Fight Club is kind of like, it's a different watch now than it was when I originally saw it.
Also
and
true.
That doesn't mean that the quality of the movie has
true.
changed. It just means the world has changed and certain things feel less fun.
Right. That's also true.
Now.
Yeah, it was definitely Fight Club was definitely a way more abstract concept of a movie when it came out.
Yeah.
Especially when
Fight Club's great though. It's
Fight
fun.
Club's a great movie, but yeah, especially before people took Fight Club the totally wrong way. Like Fight Club's one of those movies where the fans took the wrong lessons from the movie, unfortunately, and so did the author
weird thing that
eventually,
happens.
Apparently, so.
Oh God.
Yeah.
The weird thing that happens occasionally where the fans make me like a thing less.
I know, right?
It's happened with Fight Club. It happened with like Dark Knight.
Yeah, Rick and Morty.
It's kind of like, oh, this isn't a good look for me to like this thing.
Exactly.
Because all the people who like it are a bunch of creeps.
They make me look bad. I just like the thing. I liked it before it was quote unquote cool.
Right. So I don't know. And ultimately that's kind of a silly way to feel, but it's just something that I feel occasionally.
It happens. It happens. But yeah, I mean, that's my favorite movie. And it's my favorite movie because it's just such a well-made movie. I feel like, and I've read the book, and I feel like that movie, they took the perfect amount of stuff from the book. They tweaked the right things. It's like the optimal cinematic experience for that book and that concept. And it's really fun. It moves at a great pace. It's a great story that just like keeps you engaged and like, does all the things that it does. And that's it. I just like it because it's a fun movie that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ultimately, and just enjoying the movie is the most important part. So like,
yeah,
then that can happen for any reason. There's no wrong answers. Like not everything has to be necessarily like, some movies have a high rating for me just because they're fun. I might even identify that they are very flawed, but I might enjoy them despite all that.
It's
not
okay
to say
to
that Fight Club's one of those, but I just, my enjoyment of the thing is going to ultimately be the like North Star for all that.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I enjoy the hell out of Fight Club. I think it's a great movie. It's a good time.
I think so too.
So, I don't know if Gianna will totally, just the tonally, I don't know if Gianna will vibe with all of it, but we'll see. We'll see.
It's dark, but it's super fun.
It's a very grim movie.
And sometimes the grimness is fun because it's like you've entered this kind of dark world. So you can kind of enjoy it because that's just like, that's the setting for like all the things that happen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really fun movie. I like it a lot. And I here's the way I describe. I'll go in with an open mind and keep my eyes peeled for the subtle gayness. The gayness isn't subtle, is the thing about Fight Club.
Not subtle.
It's not subtle gayness at all. It's overtly homoerotic at times. Like I remember. That's even better, says Gianna. Yeah, like I remember when I showed my ex and she said, I hadn't introduced it as being a gay movie to like a very homoerotic movie to her, but she turns to me at one point during one of the fight scenes and she's like, this movie's really gay. And I'm like, oh yeah, no, like the fighting is fucking, like, and she's like, oh okay. And that's what it is to me, is the fighting is the fucking in the movie. And it's here's the funny thing is like Fight Club feels especially relevant in like the wake of like just like the things I've seen about like this clavicular guy and like these Nick Fuentes types that I see, because like they've all essentially said that they view women as gross and that they think men are more attractive than women and that they prefer the company of men over women. And it's like, of course Fight Club would be like the movie these guys followed and took the wrong lessons from, because these men are repressing like just be gay, you're clearly repressing it. Just be gay. Just
having a girlfriend or a wife is the gayest thing you can do.
They've said that.
I know. It's so funny.
So it's like funny. These dudes are like the space monkeys from Fight Club. I'm not going to try and spoil too much because again, Gianna's going to be watching it soon, but like these dudes are the space monkeys from Fight Club. And then like Fight Club is a gay movie, and so like written by a gay man, and like these dudes who are these space monkeys, it's just funny how accurate the movie is to like the fucking Fight Club situation that ended up happening in real life. Is like, yeah, it's a bunch of dudes who have repressed homosexual urges and don't have feel like they don't have a place in society. And oh look, it's a bunch of dudes who have homosexual urges and feel like they don't have a place in society. It's like it's the same. The Venn diagram is a circle all of a sudden. Yeah. And it's crazy that's like what a self-fulfilling prophecy it became. Anyways,
funny.
What a crazy movie that feels so relevant in a lot of ways. Like that Reddit story we were listening to. Yeah, absolutely. Were you part of the group chat, like, or was that like a video she and I watched by ourselves? Because like that crab DM guy, I was having us listen to like some of those crit crab videos where it's like the Dungeons and Dragons stories, but also like sort of like it has the human angle to it. I think I showed you one or two of his videos on maybe.
We watched the one where it was the guy hates his character is like the main guy, the DM's like favorite character. He thought it was too similar, so he was like trying to like mess him up on purpose.
Okay, yeah. Oh wait, she says, "Oh no, I was talking about." Oh my God, yes. I'm sorry. I watched. So first of all, I watched a Crit Crab video about a man who was very repressed, and like that's the point of the video. It's just actually just a tragic story about a very repressed man. But I forgot that Gianna showed me this fucking video. It was she watches Smosh Reads Reddit stories, and the one was this post that they read, and I almost want to think it's a fucking troll. It's so insane, this post. I almost want to find the video because it's worth just seeing your reaction to it. But
maybe it'll be a tomorrow thing.
Maybe they're reading this Reddit post, and the Reddit post is like, "I'm a straight man, but I think vaginas are terrible and women should have penises." And then he just goes on to explain. I think
poor man.
I know.
What a I legit mean like that's what a bummer to be that like sexually confused.
Yeah,
it's like you're right there. You almost have the answer, but you're too scared to see it for what it is.
What's weird is that the guy reviews vaginas and penises like it's like a fucking video game or a calculator. Like his main complaint about vaginas is the confusing user interface.
This terrible UI.
I can't even find the save button, you know? Like, what keyboard shortcuts am I supposed to use?
Wow.
This was the video we watched. Pretty freaking wild. And there were women to react to the guy reading like this post that they had found, and their reactions are just priceless. I mean, it's great. What a crazy video. But anyways, Fight Club is a great movie. I really enjoy it. And I don't enjoy it because it's gay. It's just a really good movie. I'm not gay, you guys, I swear. No, I'm very confident in myself. Sure, she says.
Yeah, ooh, a likely story.
Yeah.
You know what? Straight people never say that they're not gay, you know, so
yeah.
You're busted.
I'm busted, guys.
You're busted.
You're busted. Why you always lying? No, but it is a great movie. Just it's a fun ride. It's just a really fun ride of a movie.
Yeah, I hope she's never had it spoiled. I know that's kind of a big ask. That'd be like not knowing.
I haven't even said that there's anything to spoil.
Well, just in general, the story, you know, like I mean,
I know,
it's a. I'm not talking about like any kind of major reveal or anything. I'm just saying like, you know, knowing the story it's kind of like a cultural thing now at this point.
In the movie at all, she says.
Okay, cool, good. You'll enjoy it more that way. Yeah. Obviously, like any story, but it's like ingrained enough now that I feel like people kind of know the story before they watch it, so that's cool.
Yeah. Except the first rule of Fight Club. Yeah, all she knows is the first rule of Fight Club.
Oh yeah, there's that. Yeah, that's okay. That's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's funny. There's this dude on Dropout. We watch a lot of Dropout together, and there's a guy on Dropout. His name's Jacob Wysocki, and like our tastes are very much aligned. I feel like his and mine. Like they like a lot of times they'll like be in their improv shows. The improv will be very much sort of customized to be scenarios that the people will be able to like sort of interact with. So like, for instance, this Jacob Wysocki guy, he's a big fan of Fight Club apparently, so they've given him like a couple of prompts that have to do with Fight Club, you know, and like one of his prompts is like Dragon Ball Z related or something like that. And so it's just funny, like I'm like, this Jacob Wysocki guy, he and we'd have a lot to talk about.
You guys could be friends.
We could be friends. I'm so parasocial for him.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I still need to watch some Wipeout shit. Like I still haven't.
Dropout. Not Wipeout. Wipeout's very different.
Wipeout. No, I'm talking. I don't want to watch Dropout. I want to watch people slip
falling
off
on their faces,
inflatables, and you know.
You want to watch Fall Guys, the show.
Exactly. I want to watch like, you know, a middle-aged man fall off of an inflatable like platform and like land on his back and then like, you know, just go home empty-handed but injured and embarrassed.
Yeah, with a new chronic illness.
Yeah, from the water.
Yeah.
Drank some of the water.
When we had the Minecraft server up, my brother and we watched all of the like the archive of MXC. I don't know if you remember MXC, or maybe you even watched a couple episodes. Of course, with us.
Yeah, I watched a ton of MXC.
Yeah. So Zach and I, we watched all of the episodes of it, like in 2022, I want to say, back when we had the Minecraft server. So,
it's awesome.
Yeah, good times.
It's a very fun show. I have there's a channel on my TV that just plays MXC all the time. So,
oh, what a wonderful gift.
I'll leave that on sometimes.
You in the past you mentioned that you used to have a Fear Factor channel. You had the TV.
Fear Factor channel. The Fear Factor channel went away finally.
Oh wow. The reason I bring it up is because
that was
now
definitely
one
of the options.
Fear Factor.
Oh wow.
With guess who is the host? I'll give you 3 guesses.
Not Joe Rogan, right?
Not Joe Rogan, yeah.
He has better things to do than, not better things. He has different things to do than making
More
people drink horse cum.
Yeah.
Not better. That you know.
Better for him, maybe not for the world.
Let's see, who's it gonna be? Who's the modern day equivalent to Joe Rogan? Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea who they got.
All right,
is it somebody from the Jackass universe?
It is. Yes, you're on the right track.
Steve-O?
Nope.
Johnny Knoxville?
That's the one. The only other option you could have really picked, in all honesty.
That's actually pretty fitting.
Yeah, I agree. When I saw that,
the only thing is,
okay.
The only thing is, it's going to change the dynamic, because you used to watch. It'd be like these random people being forced to eat like a bug sandwich, or like, you know, get hit by a bull or something, and Joe Rogan would be like, "Oh boy, that looks terrible," but Johnny Knoxville is just gonna be judging them. Like, come on.
Yeah, I have imagined it's like, here, the first challenge for $200 million. Drink this vial of horse cum, and then the contestant's like, "Oh, I don't know. oh, I can't do it. And I just imagine Johnny Knoxville being like, it's not that hard. Here, watch.
Yeah. He's gonna shame everybody because like he does that stuff.
So I don't know. That'll be interesting. But like, here's also the other thing is like, what can they make the because like they can't make them do jackass stunts like riding a fucking trash can lid down San Francisco Hill or like, you know, whatever.
No, I mean, it was never like a thing where occasionally people would get hurt from like a freak thing, but it was never like you're in danger of getting hurt. It was like,
it was just like
you're all harnessed up and you gotta like do an obstacle course up in the sky or on the back of a truck, and then or like there's ones where you have to hold your breath, and there's gross ones. Pretty much most of the Fear Factor
most of the
things
ones are
there.
the gross ones, yeah, like sit in bugs.
Sit in a pile of bugs. It's really funny to because I had that Fear Factor channel. You could tell where in the like that show had to run for a long ass time, like
I can imagine
8 years probably. And you can tell where the show is in its like progression based on what you're getting, because like sometimes you'll be watching and it's like you have to eat 4 beetles, and the people are like, oh god, and then like you see another episode and it's like you have to drink like a gallon of like pureed guts, and then eat like a sandwich that's filled with like fried guts, and then you have to eat like a handful of poop or something. And it's like, okay, so this is later when they've ramped it up so much because they can't just have you eat 4 beetles anymore.
Well, because people, I'm sure, watch enough Fear Factor and they practice, like, because it's like Hot Ones, you know, like. Yeah. I watched a lot of Hot Ones, and when I would watch Hot Ones, I would want to try hot wings. So I'd order hot wings from a restaurant. And then by watching Hot Ones and ordering hot wings constantly, I got myself acclimated to hot wings, and I can try.
That's probably true.
I can eat hotter foods now because of my Hot Ones watching.
The show's going to attract certain people.
The show's going to attract certain people who are down to eat beetles and who practice eating beetles probably. So they probably had a bunch of contestants come on and they're like, all right, you got to eat this crazy praying mantis. And the person's just like, oh, next.
Yeah. Now what? Did I win? Did I get money?
Shit, I ate literal shit for practice back at home out of a porta potty with a straw. So,
yeah, I don't know. Either way, I have a weird relationship with these kinds of shows now that I'm an adult. Not weird relationship, but I can't enjoy them like I did when I didn't have like kind of like a
visceral reaction.
Not so much that. It's more so like my relationship with like reality and like the struggles of life and stuff. And it's like now all these shows are like a person that's like crying like, I need this money because like my mom's sick, and then you have to like watch them eat beetles and they lose and go home like crying without money for their mom's like, and it's just like, fuck, I don't like this show. It's not fun.
If everything feels so dystopian nowadays, especially, but the dystopia has been creeping for a while, you could argue. And you just have to look at reality TV to see it.
It might be more of my age than the actual like world. It's both, but yeah, no, it's always been a thing, but now it's like it's much more visible to me. There's another show that I really don't like. I mean, I watched like a season or 2 of it and I thought I liked it, and then I decided I couldn't watch it because it was just like bumming me out too much. It's called Alone, and it's basically like these people that are like survivalists and they get dropped in the woods and they're all like trying to compete to who can stay out there the longest, right?
Yeah.
And if you're last man standing, you win. And all these shows have like their
drama.
Yes, but I was gonna say they all have their like attempt to like, well, we can't let people just like die, so we have to like,
right,
have certain things. So like Survivor is a fun show that I actually do like because it's pretty like wholesome and they don't really put people through that much, and like
yeah,
it's like obstacle courses, and they get to eat like every other, they get like, you win the competitions and you get like a big meal, and so like everybody's like, they're fine. It's more of a social game. It's like watching Among Us or something if it were a game show like on TV. But this show Alone, people will like, they want to win this money, so they're like basically pushing themselves as far as they can, and then eventually like the doctors come to check them and they're like, oh, you've lost too much weight, we have to kick you out of the game, and they're like all like sad as they're being like dragged away, and they're like physically they like lost so much weight. It's like gross. I don't know, it's just a bummer of a show.
Jesus.
These people are like sad that they're being pulled, but it's like, brother, if you stay out there, you're dead, right? Like they're pulling you because you're starving yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a bummer. It's not fun to watch for me.
Yeah, I could see that. That would definitely fucking bum me out. That's like watching Cops. I mean, eventually you just realize that like half of like the episodes of Cops are just like the cops pull up to a car and they're like, hey, I think somebody's in that car, and then they'll knock on the door and then they'll like wake up a groggy guy who's just sleeping in his car and they're like, hey, what are you doing? Get out of the car. And then the guy was like, what the fuck? All right. And then they like, he gets out of the car and then they just like start searching for shit. And then it feels like the cops plan it, because like it's just like they'll like be searching the guy and then like a bag will drop on the ground like, oh, what's that? What's that right there? Let's put it on the hood of the car. Let's see. Oh, it's a little baggie of white powder. It's always the same looking baggie of white powder. Oh man, look at that. Man, we're gonna have to put you away for 17 years. And then it's just the guy's like, oh man, what the fuck? And then they just take the guy away and his life's over. That's it. they're
that's a bummer. And it's like, the guy wasn't even doing anything. Just like, he's just there.
Sleeping in their car. And it's like, let the man sleep. What the fuck? Like, Jesus. So that's always, and like, the Cops is like super exploitative. I remember when I was.
Yeah, the other half of the time, they're like, just like somebody with mental illness. And there's like, it's like, isn't this funny? Like,
yeah.
As they're like grabbing him, they like talk to him for like a while, like, get some good clips for their show.
Exactly. I remember it's
pretty crazy.
I remember for the one fucking thing, it was their Christmas special called the Ho 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 special. And I'll let you guess what the clips were of.
They arrested Santa.
Nope, I wish. They were arresting prostitutes.
Right.
So fucking insane that they were allowed to just do that.
I mean, you know, the world has changed a lot now. People are less down for propaganda shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
Just weird shit.
Yeah, like you said, the dystopian stuff's always been there. It's just a matter of like
waking up to it, I guess.
Exactly. Seeing it and being like, wait a minute, this is fucked up.
Yeah.
How would I feel if I was the one on the show, or somebody like I know or care about, or even, it doesn't even have to be somebody you know to like feel compassion. I'm just saying, like,
it's just like, this poor person needs these fucking,
but you can put yourself in their shoes.
Medication. These poor people. Why are
it's
I don't know if I'll ever end up actually making this series, but when I was writing my future dystopia, very nihilistic sort of like comic series that I had like a whole plot written out for everything, and I was like writing the finer details of, like fleshing out the scripts actually. I had this idea for a game show in this future dystopia called, I called it The Cost of Living. And the idea was, the audience has two choices. There's three choices. Two are like on a rotating idea from the show, like from the show's like selection, but the third is an audience submission. And like I introduce it with like a kid, like is the one submitting the video, like giving their idea for it. But then the person who's the contestant chooses which of the three options is how they want to die. And then if they choose to get killed in these horrible ways, then their family gets whatever bonus payout that, like, you know,
oh god,
manner of death.
You're writing a Black Mirror episode over there.
Yeah. So the idea was that, yeah, you, and like, you know, again, the horrific thing for me was that the audience first of all, the idea of an audience submitted way of dying, but then the idea that it's like a 5-year-old kid writing it in or something like that was extra horrific. But I wrote I wrote that.
Whose line is it anyway? But with
yeah. I was like, one from the audience. And then like in the story, the idea was also that when the sort of cult that works to sort of start like killing these corporate CEOs sort of like starts making its PR push, the first thing they do is that they get one of the contestants to walk off the show and to not die, because they, you know, supposedly set the contestant up for whatever that they were trying to essentially be on the show for. Whose life is it anyways? That's so fucking good. Damn. That's so good.
Right there.
Yeah.
Well done.
Sorry, one sec.
Boy, we got to get a move on. If we're going to draw a Pokemon, we don't necessarily have to do it if we don't have time.
No, we're definitely going to do this from memory, but I am just now realizing what time it is. Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm just saying if we run out of time.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, this has been a great episode either way. We've been doing a really good drawing, and I feel like the conversation's been good. So,
yeah, talking about some fun stuff.
Yeah, like dying and death and how people choose to die.
Depressing things.
Anyways, that was yeah, this is a pretty depressing episode. But yeah, that was.
No, I'm having fun though.
I'm having a good time. But yeah, that was like a story I wrote for my little comic, and I thought I told my one friend who's also super nihilistic, and he was like, "Oh, it's a great idea. That's so good." And I was like, well, "I'm glad you like it." But yeah, that was a little idea I wrote for that comic that, you know, I don't know if I'll ever get around to making that comic, mostly because life got so much worse. Like, the idea was the comic was critiquing society, but like, damn, how do I keep up?
Right, I know. It's kind of it's a weird time to like be like doing social commentary or satire, because it's hard to like out satire the reality.
Yeah. The idea was that eventually, the idea behind the whole series was like, it's this, cyberpunk essentially future or whatever, but this like secretive cult is essentially like brought in by this guy called the Prophet, who he essentially starts turning this cult of people into hitmen, who start assassinating like corporate CEOs and stuff like that. And it was basically a big excuse to put like in these awesome fight scenes of like trained assassins, and then like I was gonna bring in like fucking like mech suits, or like, not maybe mech suits, but like power armor or some shit, because it's the future, so you can have people with like, body armor suits or exoskeletons or some shit like that. So there's going to be an excuse to essentially it's going to be an excuse to have like some dope ass fight scenes with escalating like shit, because like these people would be essentially like amassing wealth to attack to have these like, it'd be like essentially a war of assassins and stuff like that. But anyways, but yeah, the idea was that eventually it would lead to the destruction of like all of the money. Like all of the money would essentially be consolidated into one bank account, and then that bank account would get exploded. And that was the idea of the comic in the long run. Like, that's the long and the short of it.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. So there's a lot of cool ideas, and I had a lot of like, social commentary and ideas for it. But man, it's a very depressing series that I was writing. And like I said, it's hard to society keeps outpacing me. So I don't know when I'll feel like working on such a depressing story again.
Sure.
And I don't know when I'll be able to like be able to keep up with society's ills mentally in a way where I'm able to like pick it apart and critique it in an artistic fashion without it feeling like it's outdated in 3 months.
Right. Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah. So, in the end, it's a story idea where, it would be cool to, if anything, it's like a universe I have built in my head that I've got memorized, and I have characters that I've written for it and stuff like it's a whole thing in my head. I could make a D&D campaign based on it if I wanted to, but in my head, it's something that I can at least pull from if I ever need inspiration for a thing to do, like a fight scene to animate, or this, that, or the other.
Right.
Gianna and I were still playing Stardew on our file. We put in so much time on that Stardew file when she was over. I might actually be sick of Stardew for a little bit. Like, we put so much time into that fucking file. Holy hell.
I was playing a ton, and I've kind of stopped for now. I'm not like, I'll go back to that file, but I'm I'm taking a break for a while just because I had kind of started myself out.
Started your CFA. Oh,
what have I been playing? Well, obviously Resident Evil. We already talked about that. I've been playing some Arc Raiders still. The new season just started today, so that's fun. So it's a wipe if you do that sort of thing.
Right.
It kind of is nice because it kind of gives you like a reason to like
start over.
Back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of gives you more to do. You don't feel like, well, I've done everything.
Yeah.
So that's cool. What else? My brain not working. Oh yeah, we were playing Marathon this past weekend.
I saw that you were doing the server slam.
Yeah. Zone Dog, friend of the show, worked on it a little bit, so we were excited to check it out. It's pretty cool. I don't know that I have. It's not necessarily specifically a Marathon is going to lose between the two type of comment, but all I'm saying is I don't know that I have room in my life for two extraction shooter games.
Yeah.
I'm not normally an extraction shooter kind of guy. Arc surprised me by really being something I have really enjoyed. But Marathon was pretty fun. I'm bad. I basically get murdered by other players whenever I run into them, especially in solos. When we were playing in groups, we were doing quite a bit better. But I'm not great as a solo man. 9,000.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's the gamble that these live service games are all taking, is it's like, no, everyone does not have the time in their life for like more than one live service game. Like one live service game is already, they ask for so much. They ask for all your time.
Yeah, there's like FOMO stuff, and it's like, well, I don't want to miss out on this or that. So for that reason, I don't have time for more than one. And then just mentally and emotionally, I'm not sure I want to like bounce between two of those games. I feel like if I'm going to play that style of game, I'm probably going to pick one to dig into and put my time into.
Yeah. Legitimately, if I were to like make a live service game with like content rollouts or whatever, I would do it like a battle pass system where, you gain levels and each level you gain gets you an item or something like that. But I would, every time I added content to the game, I would just extend that battle pass further and further. And I wouldn't put any FOMO mechanics. You could get it anytime. You could come back to the game 10 years later and you could still get those items that you like. There's no items that you can't get anymore. Because the thing is, it should be done. Like, I get tired of a game when I run out of shit to do, and having a battle pass gives me shit to do because I'm like, oh, I need more experience points to get to the next level. So it's like when I run out of that, I'm out. I'm done.
Yeah, so it's a win-win. It obviously they have to they don't get the instant. I'm sure FOMO is a very lucrative thing.
Oh, I'm sure there's a reason they do it.
Yeah, because it pushes people to buy things that maybe they would wait to do that with. But I will say Helldivers does it right. Halo Infinite, when I was playing that, they did it right. And I like that. I think that should be the norm.
The only FOMO mechanic I really feel from Helldivers is missing out on the lore that's constantly developing by not being a part of the game as the story develops, which isn't anything against Helldivers. That's actually a great thing that there's such a developing, continuing story still. And the fact that I'm bummed that I miss out on the story because I fucking love that game and I would love to be re-engaged with it. But it's so easy.
Arc Raiders is pretty good about that, where it's like the FOMO, the passes and stuff. I don't think they expire. But yeah, that's the thing is I want to play the things that are happening new story wise and in the game,
Yeah.
And some of those come and go a little bit. But I don't know.
But yeah,
it is what it is. The only FOMO thing that Arc has that I don't like, but kind of also makes sense, is so you get perks for basically doing they call it the expedition, but it's like a prestige system. You know, at the end of a season, you agree to, you're not forced to wipe. A lot of these games do force you to wipe. This one doesn't. But if you wipe, you're given all these perks. Okay, that's cool. But then next season, if you don't wipe again, I think you lose your accumulated perks. But if you do wipe, it piles up. So now you have 2 seasons worth of perks. If you do it again, you have 3 seasons worth of perks.
I don't like that you lose the accumulated perks.
I think you lose them.
That I don't like. I liked everything else about that except for the losing the perks that you got.
And I don't want to lose the perks because I don't. But I also, would probably take breaks more often if it weren't for that.
That's how they get you.
I know.
I will say, anytime a game introduces FOMO mechanics to me, I consider not giving that game my time because I know eventually those FOMO mechanics are going to reduce my experience in some way, and I don't like. I don't like being fucking head gamed, I don't like them. I don't like my games gaslighting me. So I like a lot of times if I see a FOMO mechanic, I'll be like, I'm out, done. Yeah,
no, that makes sense.
Gianna says anything to encourage men to wipe.
Yes, we need encouragement. I think we should
take a quick
hop
break
over to the Magma and take a look at Lotus Clock's drawing.
I think you're so right. Lotus Clock has been waiting patiently for so long. I'm so sorry, Lotus Clock. Perhaps we should do it before the ads happen. I'm gonna snooze the ads if you're okay with that. I've snoozed them. Okay. Just so we could give Lotus their due. So Lotus drew. Okay. So this is Lotus's idea for our friend Slop game, and I don't hate this. It looks like it's where one person, like there's a fire and you got to work together to put it out, like a little firefighters friend slop game.
That actually would be a really good friend slop idea.
Yeah, we have 2
you have like a very like
here.
Physical thing to overcome.
Yes.
And you could have all different tools to do it, and you could get like better tools, as you progress, and you could put out bigger fires as you that would be really fun. And you could implement certain like mechanics like backdraft and certain like things being more flammable, and I like it a lot.
Maybe
like a smoke inhalation
the
meter,
water source, or like which water source you guys use, or something like that. Like maybe you have to set up on a specific water source. There's a lot of ways you could customize that experience.
It's a great idea.
So yeah, this would be cool. I mean, these are both good ideas to write down and for possible use. I mean, I like the museum idea. I like this idea. I
almost like I like the firefighter idea better than when I pitched the museum thing.
Really?
I think so. I don't know. It feels like a very like, maybe conceptually the museum one you could come up with some more like clever stuff, but this one just feels very like I can see what that game looks like in my head already. Just
interesting.
Putting out fires is a very like. I think for those types of games, they're usually like a little jank. So like if the objective is something that's just very straightforward, it helps like the whole thing run.
I like that. Well then, hey, for the friend slop game. That could definitely be the one we start developing. One friend slop game. Why do we gotta stop there? We could make all of them.
Exactly.
Working on both would actually be a great way for me to learn what the fuck I'm doing. Do little prototypes of each, see which one's more fun.
Used to be a game at Chuck E. Cheese. It was just an arcade game, but that was the arcade that I played it at.
Yeah.
Where it was firefighting game, and it was basically like House of the Dead style, like a rail shooter, but you're putting out fires, and the gun was like a giant, like a big hose kind of thing. And I liked that game a lot as a kid.
I've every time I think about
make a rail shooter,
I've thought about 80 different types of games that I would love to make, and I'm just like, I want to try my take on all of them because I feel like I have ideas for all of these games that I've grown up playing. But I don't even know if I'm able to implement like a Flappy Bird clone, so I gotta like start from scratch, I guess.
Make a procedurally generated rail shooter.
That's actually I don't hate that. That's a new concept. I haven't heard that concept yet.
Yeah.
Lotus says, just wanted an excuse to draw a little Brandon getting swung around by an out-of-control fire hose.
And thank God you did, because it's a
great one. It.
I don't think we're drawing any Pokemon tonight.
I don't know if we have time for Butterfree tonight.
I don't think we do.
Can you do your best Butterfree impression for me?
Did he get actual lines, or was he just one of the... There's like 50... Like there's certain Pokemon that actually have like a voice, and then there's others that are just like... I guess that's a video game thing, I guess.
That's the video game specifically, but I mean, first of all, very good impression of the Game Boy, like, bit crushed sound effects. Second of all, sometimes the monsters in the show sounded like that. I'll be sad to miss the Pokemon since I have my gig next week. I know I'm kind of bummed too, because I'm sure your Butterfree would have been super fun. And also, you were supposed to draw along with us with the Pokemon thing too. Which is a bummer because you got that tablet ready and everything, and I'm so sorry that this drawing took so much longer.
I mean, we could put it off 2 weeks until...
No, it's okay. I think the tablet might be kind of trash. That's a bummer. We'll figure something out. We'll figure out a way you can draw along with us, because I'd love to see you draw along in the Magma with us. I hope Bomb Draw comes back next week too. Hey, if we can make it happen, we will make it happen.
Should be back. I feel like we've done it the last like couple months. I think almost every show.
This drawing went all out, so you know we went a little bit above and beyond. You were very inspired by your love of the new Resident Evil, and we just had to.
Can't wait for you to play it.
I can't wait too, man.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've done like a whole ass like title card, so I'm happy we're doing that. It's fun every so often.
You know, we've had a few formats for this show where we do things in this order or that order. It's nice that we don't do the same thing every time. It kind of keeps people guessing.
Yeah, let's mix it up, man.
Yeah, mix it up. Gotta mix it up, man. But no, Butterfree does in fact have a voice. Butterfree says things.
I mean, I can say the word Butterfree for you in a cartoon voice, but I don't know what the Butterfree in the cartoon sounds like.
Butterfree kind of sounded like Butterfree, something like that.
That's a good voice for a butterfly.
Yeah, I think that's what the Butterfree sounded like. Someone in the chat, feel free to verify.
Yeah, but don't look at it. Just listen to it.
I don't know if Gianna's in ad hell or not because the ads just started. And I don't know if I know that there was a round of gift subs handed out recently. I don't know if
don't know who
still
was
in effect.
You know, in the crosshairs of the subs.
Well, I don't know if that was recent enough anymore where people would still have their subs active.
It's true.
I don't know. I just don't know. Pepelution. What the fuck? What? Don't swear in our chat, Lotus.
What's a Pepelution?
What's a Pepelution? I got one of said gift subs. Oh
yeah.
I'm so glad too because we hate ads and we would love to see if it were up to me I would gift everybody a sub.
Yeah, I would just turn them off if they let us.
Yeah.
But they don't.
They don't. Or if we don't have the ads on, they put fucking pre-roll on and anyone who wants to watch the stream has to sit through.
Yeah, that's worse.
That is worse because then everyone has like a barrier for entry essentially.
Plus, then you get punished in ways like if you turn the thing off and come back or whatever. If you refresh your browser, you get like stuck watching ads again.
Exactly. Real quick, I'm gonna do something here. I feel like that makes your Leon bomb stand out just a bit more.
Yeah, looks good.
So apparently the new High on Life game came out recently.
It did. I saw like no marketing for it at all.
Same.
But it is out.
I too saw
it has some
no
optimization
marketing.
problems I've heard, but I imagine that's something they can get fixed. I'm not going to buy it like, you know, brand new anyway, but
Right.
last one was pretty fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I actually reinstalled it recently because I was thinking about it and I'm like, I'd like to play that again. Yeah, I liked the first High on Life. I thought it was good.
Yeah. Sorry, it's on Chaps 1. I didn't mean to color your zombie's head.
Oh, that's okay.
Pollution.
Evolution. All right, how do you feel about this drawing? I don't know if there's much more for me to add.
I think it's pretty much done. I was just gonna add some smoke
you're
here.
improving the background a bit. I like what you've done with everything.
I like what you've done.
Thank you. I tried to actually
It's a good
contribute to
drawing.
the drawing for once. And,
You did.
thank you.
You always contribute to the drawing.
Sometimes I feel like I spend too much time yammering.
I mean, and that's what the show is, right? It's a show for yapping, and then we also draw sometimes.
This is true. Oopsies. I always keep clicking the wrong icons, but... Oh. There. I feel like that makes everything... just separates the background from the foreground a bit more.
Like it.
I like it.
I think it's
we
done.
might, and we have like
this drawing, you know, what? Go ahead.
we have 10 minutes. We could try doing a quick Butterfree. How do you want more time for Butterfree, or what do you think?
I mean, I could do like a fast and loose one.
It's up to you. Like, do you want to? I know we're keeping a collage of all these. Do you want to have the time to kind of like do it up proper?
I would like to flesh it out a little bit more,
Okay,
as long as
let's
that's
wait
not
on
too
it
disappointing
then.
for you.
We'll wait
All
on
right.
it.
You know what this drawing reminds me of a little bit is our Ghosts of Mars drawing.
So correct on that one. This is very similar. We could put
Let's see
them
if I can
side by
find
side. And we drew that Ghost of Mars one right after we had watched essentially Ghost of Mars for Bad Movie Night. One of the last Bad Movie Night movies, you know?
It was a good bad movie. I enjoyed it.
It was a good bad movie. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I would love to bring Bad Movie Night back. We all got to get a little less busy.
Me too. We need to be on the same schedule.
Yes, we do.
That's the difficult part right there.
That's the hard part. You folks can help us get back on schedule with a nice gift sub for if everyone in the chat gave 5 gift subs, we would still be far away from it being a thing. But you know,
we need you to make our dreams come true.
We need you to bring your friends over and to watch the stream, even if they lurk and don't actually pay attention. It'll juice those numbers. So
It's your responsibility to make us successful.
We need you to be our viewbot.
I'm trying to. Oh, here it is. Oh man, my guy's almost the same.
You love doing that, like splitting kick one way with the axe chopping the other way.
Well, I just think it's funny to make it like everything as like
he's contorting the hell out of
there would be no reason to
funny,
do like 3 attacks at the same time.
Yeah,
basically. I don't know. Should I post it? Or?
Just you can paste it on like here. I'll put a new layer for you to paste it on. Boom, paste it on Top Cat Yo 3.
I drew the main guy almost exactly the same. Oops. There you go, folks. It's the same drawing. Point out the differences between these drawings. It's the same drawing.
Very accurate to Ghost of Mars.
Yeah. This is a fun drawing too. I like the feet, the severed feet.
Yeah, I do too. I like those.
I like this guy's getting kicked so hard in the head that his neck looks like it is just like his head is spun around a few times.
Yeah, he's turning his
That was a weird movie.
Yeah, that was a weird movie. A lot of weird stuff happened in that movie. Not one of John Carpenter's better movies, but you know.
No, one of his worst ones, but it's fun. Oh,
ooh.
Great drawings. Good job, Ian.
Brandon,
do you have anything you'd like to plug?
Yes, I'd like to plug DrawBomb on YouTube. The channels DrawBomb Plays, and DrawBomb Live. I haven't updated them in a hot minute. I have so many videos I have to fucking. Anyways, but yeah, you know,
Go check it out, folks.
Check
it's fun
it
over
out.
there. Sometimes I go over there and I'm like, wee, looking through all the content.
Yeah. Otherwise, check out That's a Shame, a Seinfeld podcast on all streaming platforms. Check us out there too. We're about to go record another episode.
What'd you think of this one?
I liked it.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a fun one.
Talking about Seinfeld or this episode of DrawBomb?
I was talking about Seinfeld, but what do you think about this episode of DrawBomb?
I liked it.
It's a good one.
It's a good one. Anyways, folks.
Yeah, I should probably save this drawing.
Yeah,
but I do think that's about it for tonight.
That's about it, folks. Thank you all, everybody. We appreciate everyone for being here. Thank you for the gift subs to Leviathan Den, CEO of DrawBomb. It was nice to have Mad Lad come out and be part of the chat for as long as he was able. I know his new schedule leaves him less able to be in the stream as often, so we always appreciate when he's able to drop by. Thank you, Gianna. Thank you, Lotus Clock. I know Crazy Kyle was in there for a hot minute. I don't know who else we can thank, but I feel like we can thank everybody.
Thanks.
And Matty
Thanks
F.
for drawing along, Lotus Clock.
Not thanking Matty
Appreciate
F, of course. And Lotus Clock, Gianna, as I said. I think that's everybody.
Yeah.
All right.
The gang was all here.
It's gonna be lovely.
See you all next time.
I can't wait till we have so many people where we can't list them all because it is pressure.
I still
listing
will.
Everybody.
I'm gonna list all the 700.
That's right.
1,000 names.
Well, hats off to you. All right. What the fuck is this? We are actually ending
we're
the
gonna be on
episode
time.
Surprisingly early for once. We're actually on time. I'm gonna use this extra time to make myself a Pop-Tart. So
great job.
Yeah, I'm also gonna get a snack. Before we go, real quick, this is the final note. You know how I love knockoff brands. I bought some knockoff Cheez-Its today. Do you want to guess what they're called?
Cheese Snaps.
Not Cheese Snaps. That'd be much better. They are called Cheez cheese stirs.
Damn, that's a bummer. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Bye.
Cheese stirs. Cheese stirs.
It's a
cheese
cheese
stirs, David Blaine. Cheese stirs.